Today, I'm going to give you guys some inside information about ABCmouse. We have been using it for about 5 or 6 years. My oldest daughter started when she was around 4 years old, and now my 5-year-old, my youngest baby girl, is currently using it. I've received lots of questions when I talk about some of the things that she uses on a daily basis, and also posting on our Instagram page what she's doing throughout the day, and people want to know about ABCmouse. If you have not ever heard of ABCmouse, it is an online learning program for children. I want to say it starts at pre-K, I know for sure, from pre-K all the way up until maybe the age of 8 or 9 is where it cuts off, and that is considered level 10. So it's all about where your child is based on what level you start them on, and you as the parent get to choose that. I pay $45 a year for it. I've done that from the beginning. There are always tons of offers on the subscription. It is a yearly subscription. So go and check it out on their website, and you can get all the details about cost and everything there. I do know that you can have up to 3 users on one account. So that may be great. You have 3 children, 2 children. It's perfect for you to have all of your children at no additional cost, which is a really good thing. It is an app. You can also log in on the computer, but a lot of times the computer will direct you to an app. So we use this. We have 2 tablets. We also have an iPad, and I will show you guys here in just a minute what that app looks like on our iPad. We also have this Samsung tablet that my baby girl uses, and it's really easy. You download the app, you log in, and you have all the details there. Right now, I'm going to flip the camera around and show you, give you a walkthrough of the app, and then after that, I will give you my pros and cons of ABCmouse. This is on our iPad, and here's what the ABCmouse icon looks like. Right now, I just have this sitting on top of my computer, but this is our iPad. So when you log in, it will bring up your child's profile, whoever was on there last. If you click up here, you will see where you can add additional users. There are 3 users per account. My big girls used to have an account, but they don't use it anymore. And we have used this, as I said before, we've used ABCmouse for about 5 or 6 years now. All of our girls have used it. This is what your screen is going to look like. There is a lot going on. You will see over here, your child can go on the learning path. And what the learning path does is takes them through specific things for them to work on, whatever this is. So this is level 4, lesson 2, and it's reading letters A and B for Mallory. I'm going to turn this down. I recently switched her level, and so it started her over, which is fine. I don't necessarily mind that, but she's still on like the pre-K level 4, and I will probably take her up to kindergarten next. But this is what the learning path looks like. Over here, they can also go into the classroom and click on certain things here at the top. I really do enjoy the classroom aspect of it because she can click on math. Don't mind my children. And she can go through different math things. If it has a green check mark, that means that she's done it before. And she just goes through and picks different things that she wants to do. So it has new things that are added, books, games, puzzles, and then art and music. Those are all of the categories within math. She can also go to the world around us, which is more geography type things. It usually gives them, this is books. They have games, puzzles, and art and music as well. There's art, there's songs, library, puzzles, games, and then reading. Books, there are reading games, reading puzzles, and art and music within reading also. There are also things that you can click on here within the classroom that your child can play around with. This is Mallory's fish tank. So she'll add fish, she'll feed the fish, things like that. You can do this, and shake. Now, I'm not on here often, so I don't know exactly how to fix that, but that's that part. Then she could also go in and she can scrub and clean her tank. You see that? And that's back. Okay. Lots of different activities. They can click here on the computer. It gives them different things here. So this is your original home screen. They have an About Me section where they can go and do their avatar. They can buy animals. They can go to a room that they have and design their own room. Now, it says on here that ABC Mouse, everything is learning. Now, I don't know what she did to her room, but she used to have a ton of stuff in here, but she doesn't now. So everything, they say that everything on here is learning. There is a lot that goes on in this app. You can still click down here and get to reading games. As you can see, Mallory's done quite a bit of those. She just likes to go through and browse and pick whatever. The bottom, math games. Same thing. So there's multiple ways to get to the same thing. Your classroom is going to give you some of these same items that are down here. What's new is also a part of that. Things to do. It gives you different books to read. Click on the book and it will start reading to you. Okay. If your child is an independent reader, they can read those books all on their own. And this is pretty much the app. In this section right here, they usually have things that are related to cultural, like this one is Arab American Heritage Month. They had Black History Month. They had Native American Heritage Month. They had sections on like Martin Luther King, President's Day, all of those types of things you will see in this section here. New games. Let's do math. So things like that pop up. Women's History Month, there were also options for her to explore different things about women's history as well. Over here is your settings, and these are things that you can change. A lot of times you will have to go into the parent section and put in your password to make any major changes. And that's good because your child can't do that on their own. This is also handicap accessible things where it works on mainly like volume things. There's sign language, and it reads a lot of it to them, or let's see. This one's not playing. Oh, there are also various languages as well. You can change the language and go into those different items. You can search for different things. So if I wanted to do the number 10, let's see if it brings up anything for the number 10. No. So maybe if I search words like, okay. So then it'll bring up 10 in bed, little books on 10, games about 10, anything that's related to 10 will be within your search. So you can also search that way. And this is pretty much what the app looks like. This here is like the farm area. Your child can go into the school, which we've been there before. They can also go into the basics. We've been there. The farm over here, there's games and activities within the farm. Here's all of these different options. There are lots of different options, a lot of different paths for you to get to some of the same things. Shopping, and this is where your child will they get points and things for some of the games and things that they play, and then they can go in and they can shop, where Mallory has bought fish and she's bought cats and dogs and different things to dress up her room. She'll go into the furniture store and she can buy different pieces of furniture for her room, and it will tell them how many tickets they need to have in order to get that. Here in the top right corner, this is the amount of tickets that Mallory has, 99, so she could go in and buy this. If they don't have enough tickets, it will tell them that they can't purchase those items. And go all the way back, and that is what the app looks like. So you've seen through the app, you see all of the different variations and activities that your child can do while they're on the app. I'm going to give you my pros and cons of this app. I'm going to start with the pros. The first pro is that my daughter loves it. All of my girls have loved ABCmouse over the years. There's never been a complaint about getting on it. They just love it, which for me is a great thing, because anything that my girls love and they get on and they do have an opportunity to learn is always a thumbs up. The second thing that I do like about it that is a pro is that it keeps her busy. I hate to say that, but if I need to work with one of my bigger girls, I can hand her the tablet and put her on ABCmouse, and she will sit there and explore and go through different things, read books, whatever it is that she's interested in. She will do that for at least 20 minutes, which is great. If I'm working with my big girls on math or language arts, they're needing a little extra help after she and I have finished her lessons for the day and she just wants to do more, it's a good opportunity for me to just hand her the tablet, and within our schoolroom, she doesn't leave, but within our schoolroom, pop on some headphones and she's good to go. The third thing that I do like about ABCmouse is that she has learned things that I haven't necessarily taught her. There are specific areas that she remembers things about, specific people with historical figures that she's learned about in there, different songs that she sings that are related to letters and numbers, days of the week, months of the year, things that we haven't worked on. We've worked on those items, but it's a different song, and I know that I haven't taught her that. So she is learning information within the app. And as I've said before, anytime that my child can learn something new is a win for me. So that's been really good, in that I know that she's learning on this app when she gets on there and spends her time there. She gets about maybe 20 to 30 minutes a day, and that's about it. I'm not a huge fan of screen time, but it gives me, like I said, an opportunity to work with one of my daughters or even both of them, depending on what their needs are. And my youngest doesn't feel left out. She's still learning. She's still in the schoolroom, and she's having a good time doing it. One of the cons about ABCmouse is, for me, it's too busy. As you saw and I walked you through, there are so many different things for your child to click on. The schoolroom and decorating and building a fish, and I didn't even show you the little hamster tank that they can build, a gerbil tank, whatever you want to call it, that they can build. There are tons and tons of things for them to do. They can just get lost in this app. And for me, less is more, especially when you're wanting your child to learn. The second con that I find with ABCmouse is that if you want your child to learn something specific, you will need to sit down with them to direct them to that specific item. For example, if your child is working on the letter B, doing maybe a letter of the week curriculum like my daughter has done, you will have to go in there and say, here's what I want you to work on. I want you to work on the letter B. Going to the learning path. Each learning path for the pre-K and K is focused on letters, and then it goes into blends as they progress up. So if you're wanting your child to have that focused learning, you have to sit down with them. Otherwise, they will just get on there, which is my experience with all three of my girls, and they'll just click around and explore and find something that they like. And it may not be that focused, directed learning that you're wanting your child to have at that moment for whatever subject matter you want them to focus on. And the third thing that I felt like is a con with ABCmouse is there are lots of repeated buttons to push on. As I showed you going through the app, there are sometimes 3 or 4 different ways to get to the same thing. And in my mind, as I said, less is more. Why do we have all of those? One way to get there, it eliminates a lot of the extra poking around that your child will do. And also, there are so many different things that aren't necessarily related to learning. I get that they may want to decorate their room and play around with their avatar and build things for their hamster wheel, but is it really necessary? To me, that falls into a busy work category, meaning here's this tablet, go sit down so you can be done with it. What is the value if they're not necessarily going to the other learning things outside of just having a really good time, which is fine. You'll kind of have to just see the value in it if you get the app. For $45 for 1 year, you can try it out. You can also do a 30-day free trial and just see how your child responds to it, because they may not like it. It may be too busy for your child. They may not want to do it. So try out the 30-day free trial to see if it's something that will fit for you and your family, and just kind of weigh the costs, like the benefits, pros versus the cons, what I've shared with you here, what you experienced, and to see if it works for you. With all of the pros and cons, you're probably wondering what we plan to do. Are we going to continue with ABCmouse or cancel our subscription? As of right now, we will continue because I already paid the $45 for the year. Our subscription renews in February of 2023. So as we get closer to that time, I will just assess whether or not my daughter is still enjoying it, whether it's still benefiting us, and something that we need to continue within our home and homeschool. Be sure to subscribe if you like this video, and check out some of these other videos where I share with you what my current 5-year-old has been using for the previous school year.